Good morning. This is my first attempt at an intro. So at the end of this video, you can see some of the background video I have in mind for the future and give me some feedback. So welcome to the Anubis Shepherd channel. And if this is your first time here, I am creating a new dog breed by using modern DNA testing as a guide. Make sure you like, comment, and share the video if you look like it. And join me on this journey by subscribing to this channel if you enjoy our content. Now, let's get to the video. So in a video, with Zara in here, I kind of showed this setup a little bit. This is what they call a toy hauler RV here in the United States. So that means this door in the back folds down to a little ramp, car ramp, and you can drive a couple motorcycles in here and all right, you're already off to your camping trip or whatever you need to do. All right, so what I talked about in the other one is how easy these seats fold up. So I just started that. I got one seat folded up. And then I talked about this bed. Now, I still don't have things set up. Got all kinds of fun things to show you. See, look at that. Ooh, camera stuff just came in the mail. I'm trying, guys, so just give me a second. I'll show you how they got there, but I still have to learn how to use it. This has my whelping box in it. This, some more of my puppy stuff. So again, I'm going to show you all my good stuff. So I'll have to go on a pause here for a second, and then I'll jump back in. I don't know how to, again, I don't have a way to set this up so I can show you what I'm doing, so I'll just kind of come back and forth in phases. So here we go. So first thing is I got to get the bed pushed up. Because even when we have the puppies, I will be sleeping here. There's no way I can get to puppies quickly on my female if I'm up there and she's down here. So here we go. Now, not all of these are the same, so I'm going to show you first phase here. This one has hydraulic push-ups, so I just push one end of the bed up, right? I just want to show you halfway, and then I'll go to the other end of the bed and I'll push it up. It's not that hard. It's just me by myself, and I'm not a super heavyweight. So, yeah. So next phase is get that pushed up. Okay, so now I have both of those sides. One end pushed up, pushed up. Now, when you want to bring it back down, it's that lovely little handle. So you pull down on the handle first, and then the edge of the bed you pull down on if you want to get it back down. Now, some of them have different ones where they have different type of slides or things that pull up. So I've seen these beds in these all different ways. But that's how this one is. All right, so I got that one pushed up. Now I have all that room. Got headroom to get in and around. Now I'm going to open up the box there, and I'm going to get the whelping box put together. Another pause, and then I will come back. Again, once we look through this, I have no idea what all kinds of stuff I have, stands, whatever. I still have all kinds of cool stuff. We'll find out together what I can do with camera stuff, and then I'll still have to learn how to use it. But first, whelping box. Okay, so I want to show you why I got this particular style. Now one, so I have that one in there. See how nice that goes? These go together. You have a little slit there that goes through the little lip on either side. And then you just push down on them very gently and boom, they go in. Okay, so now I have two in the back there. But what's going to be really nice about this is these corners here, right? So I have these rails. So what happens is when these rails come up in the corners, there's other ones you can buy and they are cheaper, but they have a little square piece. It's almost like a 4x4, but it's underneath the rail when they go on. And I had a beautiful wooden one that was built for me. It was wonderful. I didn't notice, but they had done 4x4 posts, and then they had just connected the 2x4s to it, and they had that little square in there. I never had one like that, but I didn't really think anything of it. We lost 2 puppies in that litter. The mother, she's pretty big, and she laid on them, and she squished them in the corner because there was nowhere for them together. So this rail is so your mother dog doesn't accidentally lay on the puppies and squish them, which is really easy to happen. Now this one has no actual bottom in it, and that's on purpose. I have a piece I'm going to put in on the bottom, and that's so you can clean the bottoms, or you can even get your own bottom and attach to it, right? So I'll be dealing with that, so I'll show you when this is all done how that rail goes in and why this rail matters so much. I'll be able to show you that all the way around that lip, that there's a place for the puppies to end up squeezing underneath where the mom can't lay on them. All right, I gotta get the rest done. It's really warm in here. It's just cooling off for the evening, but I needed to get this while there was still enough sunlight to get a decent video. Yippee, yippee, yippee. Almost done. Okay, next part done. See, isn't that nice? It's got 3 rails high. It's really nice. And I haven't put the bottom, they call it a pig rail at the bottom. These are the sideboards. Those are all in. It's got those nice little caps. See? They slide on. Everything goes together so easy. Again, so I paid a little more for this, and I still think it's worth it. If I'd gotten one of the other ones, I might have been able to convert it or do some things to change it. But I just wasn't willing to take the risk. I have puppies coming hopefully in a couple weeks, and I wanted to just have something that worked. All right, so now I got to get this. Again, they called it a pig rail. I'm not quite sure why, but it's a puppy rail because we don't have pigs here, so they'll call it a puppy rail. And we'll get that on next, and that's all. It even came with a screwdriver. So I wasn't even for the money. They did give me good quality. This is very thick. It's hard and doesn't feel like it's super brittle. I was really happy with that. I was really surprised at the quality of it. For the price, I thought I was going to get really scammed. But so far, no. I'm happy. This is what they call a washable pee pad. That'll go on the bottom. I have this certain type of foam insulation that'll go on the bottom because this is a hard floor. And I don't want the puppies on a hard floor. And even that this pad here won't have enough padding for young babies, right? So what we'll have here at the bottom, and I'll show you that next, is I'll have this foam board insulation that'll go down in the bottom, one half of it, and the other half will lay over the top so she can have like a little den. A lot of people leave these open, but when they have really new puppies, they don't like that. They want to feel like they're kind of hidden in their little hole, because dogs, they dig a den in, right? And it just has one opening, because then they know they can protect that one opening and they feel super safe. So I've had these before, but I always end up putting a top on them, especially with the first couple weeks. Plus the puppies can't generate their own heat at that time, and that's another reason to have the top on, is it helps all of the mom's heat, and plus I'll have an air conditioner because it'll be hot outside, and those puppies still have to be able to stay warm. But I can't let it be too warm in here for the mom, because it's going to be June, right? So I have to have this where I can have an air conditioner on in here, and then also have it where those puppies stay warm. So that's where I have to make sure that this is done just right. And then this is really low because, again, when she has babies, those boobies are really low and the puppies can't climb over. It makes it easy for her to get in and out and go under the cover. I mean, under the cover, but yet over the little rail. And then once they get a little older, she gets a little, everything's all set up, then the top will come off and it'll be all set up. So, all right, I'll show you the next phase. I do have this camera set. I'm going to go through all of it. I have no idea how soon it'll be before I know how to use it, and am using it, but I did get it. It's pretty cool. Hopefully, pretty cool. Got a little camera. Trying not to show that. I'm not trying to give a brand away. I'm not trying to advertise for someone. Not just because I'm not paying. I just don't even know if the thing's good yet. I just bought it, so it might be a piece of crap. So, yeah. There we go. All right. Okay. So, here we go. Nice thick foam. Well, it's not too thick, but thick enough. Nice big piece. It's got the measurement. Slice across thing. I'm about to break it in half. Just a second, you'll see it in half. All right. So, half of the sheet underneath. The other one goes right on top. Super easy to lift up. Get in, but keeps her nice and feeling like she's secure and she has her little den. The perfect part about it is I can interchange them. So if something happens in the one on the bottom, gets a little more worn out or whatever, I can take the one on the top and switch it out. Plus, by the time that we're done with needing the one on the top, you will want to change the one on the bottom. It'll get a little turn up. And you don't want them eating the foam. That is foam. Next, I will be putting on those rails. Not the wooden one, the other ones. And then I will get this pee pad will be here ready to go. But I won't want to put that in there until actually after she's had puppies. Because see, this is super cleanable. So she can have the puppies on this, plus it's rough enough she won't slip. Right? She won't get into it, but I'll put the pad down right before I know she's going to have puppies, because that way it can't get dirty in between, right? She won't track anything from outside, inside. So that's our big thing now. Is keeping this super clean and free from any diseases. So at a certain point here, pretty soon she's going to get washed, and everything outside of this area will get washed down with bleach and a bunch of other things. Now, about these. So, when we have puppies, they're all going to be very black colored when they're done. They're all going to look just dark, dark, dark. in a few days they'll start to lighten up, but it's really difficult to know which puppy is which. So, and then we don't normally name them because they go home with a name. That'll be a whole other thing. We're going for E names, and I'm going to do a little video about that and get some E name suggestions because this will be the E litter. Okay. And that, so we expect, again, she can have everywhere from no puppies. Obviously, that can happen. We can have something happen with the puppies. That would suck. But normally they can, you know, for her size dog, her type of dog, you can expect 6 to, say, 13 puppies. And Centurion, the dad, came from a litter of 13. But Zara's already had a litter. There were 8 in that. And the litter she came from had 8 in it. So it's usually the mom more determines how many puppies there are, because genetically it's how many eggs she produces. But now quite a few of the Malinois lines that I have that have been contributing, they're known for having 13 puppies. That's Centurion came from the dad came from a Malinois female, and again, she had 13 puppies. So even though she was bred to a husky, which they usually have small litters, no, they don't have small litters. The female huskies have small litters, the Malinois do not. So that's, yeah, so we have enough collars there. We have, but these are the really soft ones, so they're Velcro. So they go on when they're little, and then you can kind of cut them to where they fit the right size. And then these are for when they get just a little bit older. And then I'll have another series that I bring them up to probably. I'm not sure if those will extend quite enough until they go to their new home. So I may have to order another set of the 12 colors that's just a little bit bigger than that. Yay, it all got here. So like I said, now I got to put my rails in, and then I will show you why I love those so much. And then we still get to look at all these goodies at the very end. So this is just for the people who are interested in what I got. And some of you guys have been really helpful at making suggestions to me. Again, 4K. Hopefully that will improve the quality. I don't know if the video quality on my iPad is, but I do these on my iPad, not my iPhone. My iPhone is so bad, so I won't even go there. And that way, so I'll see what all of this stuff is then. It's a whole, what they call GoPro accessory kit or other cameras. And it's got all kinds of different little gadgets in it. And then the camera itself. All right, gotta get moving on the next part. Rails, and I'm not quite sure what else. I think I'm done with the bed over here for now, other than putting on the rails. I'll have to double check everything first. I had to think about it for a minute, but I don't think we have any other parts. And again, it's just what they call the pee pad that'll go on there. That's washable, and I have some other ones. I'll put those down. I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to put one down ahead of time or not. So I might ahead of time, because I bought a bunch of extra ones that I can wash. So we'll see about that. Okay. I have the rails on, but now here's where you're going to see. See how this, even in the corner, I can get underneath it. So if there's a puppy, it won't get squished in the corner. So the other ones I had to buy, they have a black square or other white square, but it's like a 4x4, and it comes straight down so that whole corner, they can get crushed in. I'm not doing that again. Again, it looks beautiful. I had a box made for me. It was beautiful. It was handmade. It looked wonderful. It worked wonderful. Till then, I was very unhappy about that. And I had used it with a couple other dogs and had no problems. So I had no reason to suspect that it would be a problem with the third time I used the same box. And third time using that box, that's what got it, was that problem. So I don't care if it's 1 out of 3, doesn't matter. 1 puppy's too many, and we lost 2 in that one litter because she was such a big female. She got really big and she had 13 puppies. There wasn't very much room. We had a big box. She's just a big girl, and she had a lot of puppies, and it was hard for her to move around, and that's what got us. So you see all the way around here, I have this lovely pig or puppy rail, whichever way you want to call it. And again, like I said, you can get right under the corner, so those puppies can get right in that corner, and mom still can't squish them. Oh, and I put the puppy pad down because I wanted to make sure how it fit for later, and I just figured I'm going to wash it no matter what, so I figured I'd just put it down for now, and I got to bleach it, wash it anyway, no matter what, so get a good look at it with it down. All right. It is warm out here. I am warm. I'm totally sweaty and icky. But I got it all done. Good. Got that nice soft little pad for them to be on, as well as got that nice cushiony foam at the bottom. And then we have our little top so she can have her whole little den thing going on. So let's put the top on. Because it's so hot out here, I'm going to go take the camera inside my office rather than out here. All right. Let's take a little step back here. And then you can see the opening where she can get in there very nicely. And then has a little top on there for her to feel like she has her own little den going on there. We are reaching the denning point. She really wants to be in her crate all the time. We have crates, but it's kind of free range. They can come or go, but she just wanted to be in there. So this will hopefully help her denning instinct. And then I'll get these all prepped. And then I also have a puppy emergency kind of whelping kit that I got to get put together. Make sure I have all the pieces to it, because when the puppies are born, you want to have a little thing to suck any moisture out of their nose if it doesn't come out, and just a whole bunch of little stuff. So I'll show you our little puppy whelping kit. But those are, so we know which puppy's which, up to 12 I think we have there. I'll have to check it out and double check, but I think it's set up for a dozen. If there's 13, then one puppy, you know what it is, because it's the one without a collar. It's no collar puppy. All right. Okay, next. So I had somebody that I was talking to about the toy hauler that had never really seen one, wanted to see how the back worked. So I wanted to just show you there. It's got the locks, it's got the thing, and then this whole back folds down into a ramp, and you drive in it. And then I also sound a little bit sick in here. I'm not really sick. I'm in a new area temporarily, and I've not been here in a long time. It's where my family's at because my mom is sick. And I am not adjusted to the allergies. I have a runny nose. I thought I was sick the other day when I couldn't breathe. No, I had allergies of some sort. So every time I get a new spring bloom right now of something, my sinuses go crazy and I can't freaking breathe. So this is going to be our little whelping room. Not little, really. It's actually a pretty good sized little RV overall for Shane. So like I said, we're under construction here. So again, I have multiple jobs. Plus I'm doing all kinds of construction to 2 places and trying to do some other stuff. So it's pretty busy here. But that is where we're going to have our babies. And if I sound sick, it's not because I'm sick. It's because I have allergies. And I appreciate anybody noticing and the wishes for wellness. And I'm just going to have to get some local honey before I'm going to get well. I'll have moved again. Okay, so this is just a short little video at the end for those who have been trying to even help me guide. Look at all that stuff I got. Got all the right stuff, so that all came in my little camera kit. Kind of trying to cover the thing again. Not because I care about the thing. I just don't know if it's a good camera, so I don't want anybody to like, oh, I should go buy that camera. It's great, because I don't know. I haven't even used it yet. So there's my little camera. And then I bought SD card, an SD card holder. For my Apple devices, it's got a little SD card transfer thing with the right ends. In case I still take some video off of that, which at first I will be. I gotta learn how to use all this stuff, so that makes it even more intimidating. As soon as I see all the pieces, I'm like, oh my god, how many things do I gotta learn? And then this is the little accessory kit I got. Bracken, stop it, please. This is a little accessory kit I got. It's got all these things. So it's got one of those little, I guess that's called a selfie stick or something like that. It's got a little tripod thing, this small tiny one. It's got my little instruction manual showing me all my good stuff that it's got in there. And it shows it doesn't have this waterproof case, but the little camera I got came with a waterproof case. So this is all the attachments I got. So I've got that little thing to go on your chest or whatever. It's got a little head thing. So it's got all these places I can mount it. We'll see what I do with any of that and how I learn all that. That's just, again, I hope you guys understand. I'm a data analyst, so I have a job, a real job, like another job, and I do that. Then I have my dogs, and unlike most people, I have a full kennel, and so I have 10 dogs altogether that I'm taking care of every day. And then I'm trying to do this YouTube channel, which is a little bit more work than I considered, and gave me a whole new appreciation for all of those shows I watch. Oh my goodness. I did not even put as much thought into how much time they put into the video part until I started doing it myself. I just kind of thought, oh yeah, they just like set up the video and video what they do, and they splice it together and put it up. Oh my God, please appreciate people who do your YouTube channels. They do a heck of a lot more than that, and I'm learning that. This is work. So now I have 3 full-time jobs and another part-time job because I have another thing I'm working on. So yeah, guys, yeah, it's a lot, but I will try to learn this stuff. So I got myself a camera, and I got myself lots of new stuff to try to learn on top of doing my other jobs that are all full-time jobs. We'll see how this goes, but I'm trying. At one point, I guess I'm hoping to hire someone still. I honestly don't want to learn to be a video editor. It was not my goal in life to ever learn how to be a video producer. I want to do my dogs, but this is a part of it. So there we go. Let's see how it works. All right, so I can't download this unless I like choose to buy it and choose that that's what I want, right? So for right now, I just want to show it to you. I'm trying to see if I want something like this, but customized. So it's like the blue eyes running at you, and then it turns into there'd be a wolf. I'd have it turn into my dog breed. And then when it would go off into that, it would sprinkle into being, looking like a DNA strand. I'll show you that one. Pause this. Over here, and then there's like, oh, I had it there. Shoot. Oh, right there. And then you have like that, kind of the blue fire DNA strand. Oh. But it's something like kind of doing the blue fire DNA strand, the blue fire dog. I don't know if I like that, but I'm looking at other stuff. But that was one thing that kind of stood out to me. It was kind of cool. Tell me what you guys think. I'm trying to do an intro, right? And something that, you know, says, hi, welcome to the channel. You know, that's what, see, a lot of these channels have that. And I guess that's pretty important to have this nice little custom intro that says, you know, and welcome people to your channel. So this is at the end because this is more for people who are kind of diehards that like my stuff, which I appreciate. There's some of you. And that you'll give me some feedback and tell me kind of what you think of that. So it'd be that DNA strand there. And then let's go over to the other one here. Sorry about that, my hand's in the way. And then we will, yeah. Okay, so then we'll do, runs out of there. See, like I said, that's the blue eyes that are kind of running and bouncing at you. I don't know if I'm for sure I like that. I kind of like this side one here. And then when it sprinkles off, again, I wouldn't mind that kind of sprinkling off and then turning into maybe some DNA. I don't know, it's kind of, I don't know. Again, I'm open to some suggestions, so definitely give me some. This is my first time looking at it. So thank you very much, everybody. And then this is where the video will end for now. But I really appreciate those of you that are here. And I do have the camera, and you notice the one thing that doesn't have is a microphone. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to go through everything again. But I don't think they sent me a microphone. So I still need one of those, everybody. So I'm sorry. I know the sound's all over here, and that's still going to be like that for a little while longer. Anybody that has suggestions for microphones, let me know. Again, I'm not a YouTuber.